Diversity is such a huge issue in this world. There's so many problems we have, so many conflicts in the world, uh, and so much of it is about diversity. I think this, you think that, I look this way, you look that way, I love these people, you love those people. It's so much is a diversity issue, and inside of each of us is an incredible inner diversity, an incredible mishmash of, whoa, there's this and this inside of me, and these things are in conflict with each other. And how do we get along with our outer diversity? How do we get along with our inner diversity? That is the central issue of our time. I actually think they're really connected to each other, because our inner diversity, if we can't get along with our inner diversity, then how are we going to get along with our outer diversity, really? And so if you're working with people, if you're working with individuals, helping your clients, seeing your clients' issues also as inner diversity issues is really important. And helping them to deal with those conflicts, helping them to let the idea of deep democracy and process work is so central, came out of world work and Arnie's work with world work in groups, Arnie Mindell, that idea that when there's a conflict, when there's a diversity problem, letting the different sides express themselves and interact with each other, the different, but it's also the different feelings, the different thoughts, the different points of view, the different experiences that we have inside of us, letting them interact with each other, and out of that interaction comes a wisdom and a richness and a meaning in life. And so whether you're working with outer diversity or inner diversity, that sense of deep democracy is so key and so beautiful and really transformative. Process work, the process work attitude, there's a lot you could say about that. But basically, one thing is, instead of trying to make something happen, you follow what's happening. So instead of trying to get your clients to be a certain way, how are your clients actually? What are they naturally doing? What, even in the disturbing things that are going on, what are the little seeds of change that are already there? Picking those up instead of imposing our ideas. That's a huge aspect of process work. And that comes out of the basic aspect of process work, which is that something is happening. And that something that's happening is somehow wise. It's hard. It's hard because sometimes that something that's happening can be disturbing, it can be dangerous, it can be scary, and everything inside of us is going, no, no, no. But in process work, we say, yes, yes, yes. What is that? Saying yes to what happens and trying to find out. So, what is trying to happen? That our experience and the difficult things that are happening to us are our teachers, actually, rather than our enemies. And how can we learn from them and follow them toward our wholeness? That's the basics of process work. So we're going to have a case study day, I think we're calling it. case study day, and that means that you bring your cases, your difficulties with your clients, whether they're individuals or couples or organizations or communities. You bring your cases, and people will be chosen at random beforehand to present their cases, and I will help the group and whoever's presenting the case to see the whole thing through the lens of process work, to see the whole thing through the lens of diversity, also that kind of inner and outer diversity that we've been talking about, and see the whole thing in terms of what is trying to happen, not just what's the problem there, but what's trying to develop out of that problem. And hopefully give some ideas and a sense of how to work with that maybe in a different way. And I was going to say one other thing. What was it? Oh, yeah. And we're also going to, a huge part about process work is finding that stuff inside of yourself. So we're also going to use inner work techniques and have time for inner work to be able to work on you inside of yourself on your own difficult clients and situations. It can also just be situations from your life. You are your biggest client, really. So it can just be situations from your life. Use inner work for that, and also a little bit of time working in pairs. But it's only going to be a day, so there's not going to be much time, but enough to really dip down and get deep. So it's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm excited.
Jar bermak.